Hello everyone, welcome back to the Grand Slam. It's FA Cup day, it's Arsenal versus Brentford, but before we get into that, we do have a little bit of transfer news. Let's have a look at the negotiations page. And first of all, we have a couple of contracts that have been updated. Sergi Canos has signed an extension to 2028. And it is for a, hang on, 10, there we go. The weekly salary has gone up from 9,500 and something, I think it was, to 10,170. Not a massive increase in wages, but not a player that we expect to improve that much. In fact, it looks like he's pretty much going to be the player that he is now for the next couple of years. This is a signing that we made really to protect the value of the player. I would think that if we get a good offer for Canos during the transfer window next time out during the summer, he will probably be on his way. Another player who looks like he's on his way is Dervizoglu, who the Turkish, I think he's Turkish, yes, Turkish goal poacher. He doesn't really feature in my plans. He's been on the transfer list for some time. He's hit his peak, at least the foreseeable peak of his career. Blackburn have offered us they've offered us 1.2 million. I've tried to bump that up to 1.3. I had a look at their squad to see if there are any players that we might be interested in part exchanging. There were a couple that were somewhat interesting to me. Brereton was certainly a player that impressed me when we played against them recently. But for a wide player, his lofted pass stat really wasn't anywhere near good enough, and at almost his full potential, he's not really going to improve. There's not that much room for improvement. So we've just gone for straight cash. Hopefully, Blackburn will come back with an improved offer, and we can say goodbye to Dervizoglu, who is on a pretty penny, £8,910 a week. It's a lot of money for a player who has not featured for us at all this term. The final piece of news is that Zambarek, who, as you will know, is on loan at Nottingham Forest, has signed a new contract. He's now on £3,060 a week. All of that means that we have in the transfer kitty £16.4 million at the moment, although I would expect that to go up to somewhere in the 17 sevens, and a salary budget which has shrunk slightly down to £16,500. Now, we do have an incoming that is lined up and ready to go. I just have to accept it, and that is Nublense's Chilean attacking midfielder, and that is the role that I have him pegged for. Uh, Rojas, I believe, is how it's pronounced, but maybe it's Rosas. I'm not sure. I'm going to say Rojas until somebody corrects me. I'm not at all familiar with the Chilean pronunciation of the letter Z in the middle of a name, but he is a winger by trade, but I am buying him as an attacking midfielder. And the reason for that, if you look at his stats, he's a player who has fairly decent ball control, a decent amount of offensive awareness, but the low pass and lofted pass are where it's at. That, combined with the fact that he has through passing, weighted pass, and pinpoint crossing, makes him a very useful player to have. Also, looking at his positional ability, he can play left wing forward and right wing forward. I am basically getting a twofer here because not only am I getting the attacking midfield backup that I wanted, I'm also getting the left wing forward backup. And just to throw into the mix, I'm getting a right wing forward backup as well. So a pretty decent signing. I don't think he's ever going to trouble the first team as a regular starter, although I am willing to give him his chances. We'll see how he develops over time. At the moment, he's looking as though he is improving somewhat steadily. 25 years old, you'd probably argue there's not much time left on his career before he starts leveling out or maybe even falling back. But as a squad player, for 186,000, and for a weekly wage of about 7,200 for someone that is going to sit on the bench and will regularly come on, I have no problems with that kind of financial outlay. So we're going to accept the terms and we're going to proceed. Transfer budget wise, it's not made a dent at all. Unfortunately, it has made something of a dent in the salary budget. So I'm kind of hoping that Devizoglu will be on his way out soon. Nothing personal against him. It's just that we need the budget to bring in one or two other players. I'm debating with myself whether to use the youth team or not, because we have started to have some very, very tasty players come through as far as the youth team is concerned, as we see Rojas having his press conference being presented to the awaiting press. It is a little bit annoying that Brentford have a low res badge and kit, but from this kind of distance you can't really tell, at least not for the shirt. Speaks very good English for a Chilean. Fair play to him, he's been doing his homework. So there we go, the signing is done. The FA Cup, now I'm going to get told off because the boss reckons we could have got better terms, and maybe we could, but I already talked him down from £10,000 a week to £7,200. And honestly, I don't think that the transfer fee of £180,000 is anywhere near terrible. I think that's a really good bit of business. So sometimes I think that this little mini game of, oh, you can get better terms with the player, I don't like indulging in that game, because the last time I tried doing it, I bumped it down literally by one notch and I lost out on the player. I was absolutely furious. So I don't risk it anymore. I will risk it on the initial approach. I will knock down the transfer, the wages by maybe a couple of notches at most. Um, the player can always come back and ask for more money after all. But once I've offered them a deal and they agree it, I feel kind of honor bound to giving them that deal. Right, so let's see what's going on now. We have another update in negotiations. Scouting has come back with some more targets. Let's have a look at my team. Have Blackburn gone for the deal? No, they have said they only want to pay 1.2 million. On the one hand, I could really use that money. On the other hand, I feel like 100,000 isn't that much money if you really think about it in the long term. The wage budget is more important to me at this point. Maybe we do... Okay, I'll tell you what, you can have him for 1.2, but you are going to give us 10% of the future transfer fee. So let's see what they think about that. As for scouting, what have you got for me, scouts? It's another centre forward, and it is Silla, a French centre forward, plays as a whole player, actually. 24 years old, pretty speedy, good balance, not the most physical of players. Decent ball control, though. Quick, decent heading. What does he have? Super sub, acrobatic finishing, step on ball, Scotch move, cut behind and turn, and scissors feint, and the computer playing style's amazing run, the speeding bullet. No, I think I'm happy with the centre forwards I have. We're probably going to go into the transfer market and spend during the summer if we get promoted, and we'll change things then. But that's going to do it as far as our transfer dealings this episode, unless something absolutely unbelievable comes up. Oh, I should show you the youth team, shouldn't I? Because I was talking about the temptation of signing one or two of them. We don't have the wage budget to sign any of our youth players at the moment, but we do have one or two youth players that I would really like to bring in, and I'm just kind of debating it with myself at the moment because they are all regens of current stars now. So if we go into negotiations and youth team, because we have had a new intake, that's weird. There was a player here that okay, well, never mind. I think it might be Callejon, actually. So Jose Callejon is available. He wants 10,980 a week, and that's only going to be for the first week. Rated at almost £23 million already, and he can play on the right and the left. He looks tasty, even as a 16-year-old he looks tasty, but my mind was taken by this player right here. Seth Fabregas is available, 16 years old, he's already an amazing passer of the football. He's going to improve, absolutely gangbusters he's going to improve. By the time he's 18 he'll be rated well above 80, well above 75, he'll be into the 76s, quite possibly one of the best players at the club. Already worth 17 million, 20,000 a week he wants, so we can't sign him even if we want to at the moment. But it is kind of tempting. Also, he could be a long-term captain for the side. Weighted pass, through pass, low lofted pass, one-touch pass. He hasn't got no-look pass, but I don't know if he has any room to train anything more. But it is really tempting, and there's quite a few players that are like that. Oh dear, we've had an offer for Sergi Canos, and it is for £5 million. Well, that is tempting. That is very, very tempting. Blackburn have agreed to our terms of 10% sell-on with 1.2, so we're going to accept that for Devizoglu. Do you know, I know it is going to leave us a little bit short in terms of forward line players, but I'm really tempted to sell Sergi Canos. This is their initial offer. I think I can bump them up to 6. Or do I just go for the minimum release? Do I try to get the minimum release fee for him? Screw it, let's do it. What's worse that'll happen? They'll say, no, that's too rich for us, and we end up keeping the player. Right, an offer for Pinnock, who is a player who is on the way down. Market value 3.9, transfer fee 2.8 they're offering. Give me what he's worth. Give me what he is worth, and I will consider selling to him. Right, okay, there we go. That's all that's going to have for us today. Let's go into the match, and let's be honest, this is a match that we're all expecting us to lose. Ivan Toney in bad form, which is not a great way to start your day. Looking at the Arsenal starting 11. Interesting. So a back three of Gabriel, Rob Holding and Tomiyasu, which is understandable. But then Maitland-Niles playing as right wing back, Kieran Tierney left wing back, makes perfect sense. Lokonga and Xhaka in the middle. Where's Partey? Why have Arsenal got 6 goalkeepers? They've got Joe Hart. What the hell is going on? Oh my goodness me. Aubameyang and Pepe supporting Jiminez up front. This could be an interesting game, you know. Right, with Canos possibly on the way out, we're going to bring Rojas into the onto the bench, I should say. And I think that's all the changes we're going to make for the lineup. I'm going to trust Ivan Toney to give us a performance here. And we're going to have to hope that Jiminez has a quiet game, as does Pepe, and as does Aubameyang. One of the bonuses that we have is that although Pepe is absolutely rapid, he will be facing up against Henry, who himself is very, very quick. Looks like it's snowing here at Village Road, wherever Village Road might be. Team are having a little huddle for warmth and to give each other encouragement, and off we go. Snowing pretty heavily here at Village Road, and Kieran Tierney immediately getting a ball in to Aubameyang. Jiminez through to Pepe. My God, what a start! And somehow Pepe misses. They passed through us like we weren't there. That is frightening. Look at that pass. Beautiful football by Arsenal, but they just couldn't finish it, and I've got a really bad feeling about this game already, as David Raya restarts proceedings with a long pass out to Henry on the left-hand side. There's one into De Silva, finds Jensen. Ivan Toney holding it up, plays it through, looking for Mbeumo, who's through in on goal, and oh my goodness me, it's a goal for Mbeumo. And Brentford have had an absolutely superb start here in the FA Cup. 4 minutes on the clock, and it's Arsenal 0, Brentford 1. My, my, my. Who needs an informed Ivan Toney when you've got Mbeumo banging them in from the right-hand side on a regular basis? Lovely finish after quite honestly a very poor first touch. But that first touch, if anything, it actually helped him because it allowed him to get his foot right through the ball, put some real power through it, and that is a very decent interception by Razgazov. And here we go again, Jensen into Onyeka. He sees Wissa making the run, plays it back to Toney. Oh, it's 2-0! 7 minutes gone, and Brentford are absolutely rampant here. What is going on? The ball into Wissa, played back to Ivan Toney, and Ramsdale is beaten all ends up. And you can see how frustrated he is. Toney jumping over that ball into Wissa and then just finding the bottom corner. Goodness gracious me, what is going on? Can we play you every week? Is Gabriel. Plays one forward. Henry will deal with this nice and easy. De Silva. Inside to Onyeka. Back to Aya. He spreads it to the right to Janssen. Jensen has it again now. Through ball looking for Mbeumo, who's on it. Looks to dink one in. Jensen. Oh, Onyeka's just allowed that to run past him. No defensive intentions whatsoever. And there's a little bit of a mix-up in the middle here. Ivan Toney putting one through for Mbeumo, but he can't quite get his foot on it. Brentford are looking so dangerous every time they get the ball in attack. It's, oh, Wissa very nearly getting a chance in. Arsenal are going to have to do something at the other end, and they're going to have to do it quickly. But they're going to struggle with Janssen in that kind of form. Tony, oh, it's a great save by Ramsdale. Strong right hand, stopping the ball from flying into the top corner. Ivan Toney absolutely placing that one right in the extreme top, and look at that save. Superman-esque from Ramsdale. Well played, Rambo. Now Jensen, can he find a head? No, but Arsenal may get a break here. Jiminez leading the charge on Onyeka, combining with Janssen to get the ball away, and it's played into touch. Henry will pick the ball up for the throw-in. This is an extraordinary game of football that's being played here. That's a lovely little take off of the toes. And it's 2-on-2 here. Janssen, Ayer should deal with this one. Back to the goalkeeper. Now Ayer. Oh dear. Causing all kinds of problems for ourselves here. Pepe. And Ayer again comes to the rescue. He's some defender, Ayer. Onyeka. Jensen just stopped running. What's going on there? Something going on with these players. They're not really responding as I would expect them to. But I'm not going to complain. With us 2-0 up, it would be churlish to talk about the controls playing me about. Here's Wissa. Oh no, he's just a little bit slow to react there. That's my fault. Should have released the pass, maybe just one touch earlier. And Ayer finally has come a cropper of the referee, and it's going to be a free kick in a fairly central position, about 35 yards out from goal, I would say. Actually, that's bollocks. It's probably closer to 25 to 30. But the free kick will be taken by Nicola Pepe. The Brentford wall bats it away, no trouble whatsoever. And now Maitland-Niles up from right wing back, looking to help out in the attacking third. And Raya catches the ball with absolutely no issue whatsoever. Silva and Buemo to Ivan Toney. He's past his man, he's on goal. And he puts it well wide. The pressure from the defenders enough to stop him from being able to get an accurate shot away. But this really is a very fine, look at that, the strength of Toney to keep two men at bay and get the shot away. Can't criticise him for that. And so play restarts with a Ramsdale goal kick. Here's Onyeka. Looks for Mbuemo, that's a good find. Toney to Jensen. Oh no, it's not the right pass. Nice idea, but the execution wasn't quite there. Raskazov is very high up the pitch. He's going to have to scamper back. Henry wins the header. Nicely done. Now Maitland-Niles again in a very advanced position, looking to support the Arsenal attack here. Janssen will look to clear it. And Aubameyang on the volley can only manage to put it high and wide. But why wasn't the defender selected there? It's very strange. Never mind. So 42 minutes on the clock. It looks like this half is all but done. Raskazov brings it under control, gives it to Janssen. Now to Silva. Played in towards Onyeka, but it's a little bit heavy, he can't quite get to it, and this could be one last chance for Arsenal before the half-time whistle goes. But no, Onyeka's not having any of it. Sorry, to Silva, and very nearly tackling. There's a half-time whistle, it's 2-0. A quick-fire double salvo by Mbuemo and Ivan Toney, giving Brentford a very unlikely 2-0 lead here in the FA Cup. It's a very even game overall, but those 2 early goals are what separate the sides. Can Brentford keep this going in the second half? So play resumes with Onyeka. Jensen to Mbeumo. Plays it out wide right to Razkazov. Inside to Mbeumo again. Now De Silva to Wissa. Looking for the run of De Silva. Oh, Tony! 3-0. Absolute scenes here at the Village Stadium. It's a lovely pass from Wissa inside to De Silva. The goalkeeper does well to save it, but the resulting ball squirts free right into the path of Ivan Toney. And all he can do is roll it into the unguarded net. This is complete embarrassment for Arsenal here. They will be absolutely furious, as will their fans be, at this performance. But there's still time to put it right. We have 45 minutes of football left to play. Jensen to Razkazov. Back to Jensen again. Mbeumo. Ivan Toney just unable to keep hold of the ball that time. Aubameyang. Oh, Janssen very nearly winning it from him. Onyeka has this one covered and plays it straight back to David Raya. Aya dinks it over the top for Henry, who in turn tries to find De Silva but can't quite manage it. De Silva doing a great job of harassing the player in possession though, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And there's one down the line for Nicola Pepe, who has plenty of pace, but Aya doing a good job of keeping up with him. And unfortunately for him, he does give away the foul. He's a little bit over-exuberant in his attempts to win the ball. And the Ivorian wins the free kick for Arsenal. Just took a massive swipe at him. Completely missed the ball. And the referee eventually calling it back. Janssen heads clear. Mbeumo picks it up. Gives it to Janssen. Onyeka. De Silva now. Finds Henry on the left wing. Very quickly, far advanced. Ivan Toney chasing onto it. He could be in behind here. He is. Chance for number 4. Oh, it's off the post. What could have been for Brentford? And now De Silva leading the charge once again. And Mbeumo could be in here. He is in here. He smashes it. Oh my goodness me! It's 4-0. Second goal of the night for Mbeumo. And what a hit! He hit it straight at the goalkeeper, but it was hit with such venom that he couldn't react in time. We'll get a wonderful angle here, I think. No, it's a terrible angle, actually. So we're going to go to... No, we're not going to go to replay control. God, the venom that he hit that with was absolutely unbelievable. Now, we're going to make some changes. I'm going to throw Force on. He's more of a like-for-like replacement than Godos would be. And Wissa, will we bring off Wissa? No, I think we're going to give Rojas a chance in the role that we bought him for as an attacking midfielder. And let's see what he can do for us. With 25 minutes remaining, and Brentford, unbelievably, 4-0 up against Premier League Arsenal. I'm in dreamland. I'm in absolute dreamland. At this rate, we could win the Premier League with Brentford. We don't need to worry about moving on to someone else. Here's Aubameyamg. Can he spark some life in the Arsenal attack here? Not if Janssen has anything to do with it. He forces him out of the pitch as El Neni comes on for Lokonga, and a few people will be asking why wasn't that change made earlier. You needed a little bit more defensive experience in the middle of the park, and you're only getting it when you're 4-0 down. Mbeumo will not be taken off of the ball here, and he's won himself a throw-in just outside of the 18-yard area. Well, hello, Alexis Sanchez. Back at Arsenal. Who would have seen that coming? Pepe, absolutely furious to be coming off the pitch there. And who can blame him? Wissa! Oh, nearly. He likes to have a crack every now and then. Just shifted the ball to the right, opened it up for himself, had a crack, and it just whistles past the right-hand post. This really is one of those occasions when everything just goes right in the match. Here's Mbeumo. Onyeka. He has a crack, and Ramsdale saves easily. You can't blame Onyeka for having a little crack at that. When your team are 4-0 up, it's one of those times where you can probably get away with that kind of hubris, as Aya does a great job of tracking down and keeping Sanchez quiet on the right-hand side. Here's De Silva. Ooh, well, Neni into Gabriel. Rojas into Force. Henry sees the run of Wissa, plays it up to him. Wissa's round his man. He's into the penalty area. He pulls it back for Rojas. It's a debut goal for Rojas. Sweet dreams are made of these. And who am I to disagree? Absolutely perfect debut for Rojas. And I cannot believe that I am saying this out loud, but it is Arsenal 0, Brentford 5 in the FA Cup. And I absolutely promise you, we'll have a look at the difficulty settings once the game is done. I am playing on Superstar. Onyeka is caught in possession there, and this could be a consolation goal for Arsenal, but no, we're not having any of it. Thou shalt not pass, as a famous wizard once said. Now they're looking for the short corner. Rojas is doing his defensive duties. Comes out as far as Tomiyasu. Into the middle for Magalhaes. De Silva. Rojas. Into Mbeumo. Oh, Mbeumo trying something a bit silky. And, well, it doesn't come off, but fair play to him for trying. Oh, Jiminez is through. Surely this is 5-1. It is. It's far too little, far too late. But they're celebrating like it's a winner. I should have passed it back to the goalkeeper rather than playing it across to the other defender. They've blundered into that somewhat, though. I have to say, it's a little bit fortunate. And there we go, the final whistle blows, and it is a superb performance for Brentford in the FA Cup. They're through to the next round, and it is at the expense of Arsenal. I am still in shock at what a start to the game we had there. We played them off the park. This was not a fortunate victory. This was a game that was only ever going to go one way. And it went the way of the quote-unquote away side. So let's have a look at the other results from the FA Cup third round. Manchester City, Leicester, Tottenham, Manchester United and Liverpool all going through. Everton following suit with a 1-0 away victory against West Brom. One of the two picks of the round, Arsenal 1, Brentford 5. And right underneath them, Sheffield United 4, Chelsea 1. Well, suddenly this quarter of the draw has opened up. It's Sheffield United versus Brentford for a place in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Can't quite believe it. Right then, so with that out of the way and with another negotiation day upon us, I am just going to pop over to system and have a look at general settings, and you can see right there we are still set to superstar. So obviously we could bump it up to legend if we wanted to, but I'm leaving it at superstar for now. But there you go, like we are playing on the hardest default difficulty. Of course legend is available once you win 5 matches in superstar, but this is essentially like this is 5-star difficulty right here. This is as difficult as it comes before you unlock the hidden, quote-unquote, hidden difficulty mode of Legend. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I am over the moon with that performance. I feel very sorry for Arsenal. Of course, I'm an Arsenal fan myself, so it's all a little bit embarrassing, but goodness gracious me, what a performance. And if I don't get a job offer from Arsenal at the end of the season, I'm going to be asking what the hell is wrong with the board at that club, because I mean look at it, look at it, it's an absolute state of a result, isn't it? Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode and indeed for this week on the Grand Slam. Have a lovely weekend, guys. I'll see you on Monday. Until then, take care. Bye bye. 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1.